long time now. Hello. All of a sudden we're like, oh my goodness, it's 6 o'clock.
Scramble, 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 scramble. We made it. And
I'm just going to pull the computer up. And
Renda's computer is running behind.
you're on the right one this time, right? We're on.
It better be. No, it is.
We're on Heartiness approach.
Yeah.
That was our problem last time.
Oh, we'll find out in just a minute. If we're not, we'll drop off and come back on it. But I did change it to that. At least I think I did. So. Woo! It's summertime. It's July heat probably for everybody. And no difference here for us.
We so need rain. Oh my goodness.
Oh, it is. Oh, I don't mean to put my hand right in front of it. Okay.
Hello from West Virginia. Hi, Christine. Hi, Lois. Okay, we're on the right channel.
Yep, we're there. We made it. So, want to say our what did we title it? Bugs me? What's bugging us?
I don't know.
The one we did about the bugs, we got a lot of
100 comments.
but a lot of helpful ideas too.
Really
and let me just say, we did buy just a black light bulb that we could put on a regular socket. So it's not the easiest to use. And we went out to use it and didn't find one, which is good. We certainly don't want any more of those hornworms out there. We looked pretty thoroughly, Austin and I did, and in the dark as best we could with the night light that's out there. But we didn't find any more. Although I'm also not seeing any droppings from them, and it didn't look like we've had any more destruction.
I know, like we just annihilated them that other day.
Well, if what you read is true, that typically there's one blade per plant, which I don't know. I don't think they can count, so I don't know how that works. But it's not like an abundance. You don't get hundreds of them per plant or a large number per plant. You just get a few. And we got rid of a few where we found them. But that really explains, I mean, if one can decimate a whole plant in a night and we had multiples on there, that's why it was going so fast.
So one person said something to us that didn't make sense to me, knowing that it was that they're laid on the plant. And they said, put aluminum foil on the bottom or a paper cup. They put a paper cup on the bottom so that none of them were able to get up and never had any problems with them.
So that it lays on the ground beside them and they come up it?
Yeah, that's what he said.
Okay. Interesting. And I guess the second part of the question we need to look into, is there a particular set of conditions that exist for them to be laid and to hatch so that we can be predictive on when it's going to happen? So next year before, we know approximately when, but we can make certain that we're ready to prevent them. But, you know, how far ahead of the infestation do they get laid?
You know, so I'd be really happy if we wouldn't talk about bugs this time.
I want them to go away. Anyway, we really appreciate the help. It increased our awareness.
Christine wants to know how we're doing.
With what?
Life.
Hey, no, you know, it's going great. We are definitely keeping busy with the 12 weeks to Heartiness. You know, we launched it Monday, and there's still been a lot to do with it. Plus all the things around here. It's been late every night for us, really late, later than we wanted it to be.
Because I am getting for each week then. So this week I'm getting number 2 ready to go and launch on Monday. And then next week I'll get the number 3 ready to launch. And whereas we've done this before, I don't know where all my stuff is. Plus, I've done so much more research, so I'm like pulling it all together.
Well, plus together, putting it into this format.
Into something that you guys can really, really use.
Yeah. So it is taking a lot of time. And the ebook, close to ready. It's all input. It needs a little bit more editing. So we're excited that it's getting there.
Jim, you must have put love instead of, no, life. Everybody's saying love, so I thought you put love instead of
They
life.
like us, Ren. They love us, which is good, and we love them.
We do too.
It's great stuff.
Okay, I'm having my resting place on the front porch of my swing watching you. We bought a swing this week.
We did. We have to get it mounted. We're still discussing which way should it face. Should it face out, which means if you swing back, you hit the wall.
I'm not going to swing that much.
Kids will.
Kids aren't allowed. It's mine.
That's not going to work.
I
Or
like
do we have it swing back and forth where there are already mounts?
We can
to mount
try
it to?
that. We can try that.
We'll see, but we have
I
it.
got it at a garage sale for $10.
Got a good deal.
I just have to scrub it a little bit and repaint it. So,
Yeah, yeah,
and get a cushion for the back.
yeah.
So
it's a good deal.
It's
It'll
good.
be a nice bench to have out there. So yeah, a nice rest place on the porch. Great place in the evening because we're getting we don't have the sounds that come from town on that side. There's all the birds. It's just a beautiful place to be.
yes, Renee,
So-
it was a good deal. Let me just say that when I drove by, I said, "Porch swing, stop!" He was very good. He stopped. I got out. I ran over there. Sorry. honey.
Stop traffic.
And I said, "How much for this?" And they said $10. And I opened my little purse.
Well, she was silly enough to keep taking money out of the purse. If she had stopped it before $10, he'd have taken it. He
Jim.
was ready to take whatever you offered.
I'm a good person.
I know, you're a good person. You treated him well. You gave him your last penny.
I did actually, in that little purse.
Yeah, so it was fun. So that's going to help us. I mean, we need those rest places, and we are looking for them and accumulating them. So, and figuring out where to put them.
So a little bit of news that I haven't even told him yet.
Oh dear, a surprise.
I was watching Justin Rhodes' video, and he had in a wheelbarrow pushing his feed to his chickens. And so I'm looking at the name of it and couldn't get it. And so I asked him, "What is the name? Where are you getting your feed from?" Because we are going to go ahead and get Scratch and Peck. Hey, it's 40 pounds for
Looking at from them or from
$31
Azure?
from Azure
Okay.
Standard for 40 pounds for $32. Well, so Justin sent it to me and another subscriber sent to me the link, and I just put it in there to get it, and it is no soy. You can get it with corn or without corn, completely organic, 50-pound bags for $29, no shipping
From where?
charges. Florida.
Okay,
And they
that's a
will
better
ship
deal.
it to us.
That's a better deal.
So I
Okay.
was really happy about that.
Okay, no, that's good.
It was
You put the link
living. I'll put the link below after we're all done. I'll put the link below that somebody gave me.
because
So
it has been really difficult to source this stuff.
we
locally.
can't find it here.
I mean, a lot of non-GMO.
But everything we find has soy.
Yep.
And it's ground
A
up.
lot of soy grown here.
Whoa,
in
they
Missouri.
like soy.
A lot of
Well, in the Midwest.
yes, in the Midwest, but definitely here.
I got to
So,
read.
well, she's going to read a bit. So that's been the challenge for both the pigs and the chickens, and we're ready to buy pig feed. So are we going to be able to get it here in time?
They
for them?
have 4-pounder. I don't know. We'll see.
Okay.
4 feet ones.
4
They have
feet.
2 feet, a 2 feet shopping cart and a 4-foot shopping cart for your 4-footed animals and your 2-footed
Oh,
animals.
that's cute. That's cute. Well, getting ready to, I've done the design work on the pig feeder. I know a lot of people make them to where they open in the front and you have 2 openings. Well, we have 3 pigs, and I would think that would have a tendency maybe to tip. So I'm going to make a 4 one that has 2 on one side, 2 on the other. So it feeds in the middle and then splits in the middle and goes out. I'll make pictures and show how it is. But I've got the design up here a little bit on paper. I've made my cut list, and we need to buy some screws and some
Okay.
what are those things called? Whatever they're called, hinges.
Hinges.
I'm all made.
Made of hinges.
So I need to get those, and that's got to be a project real soon.
Absolutely, because today I was hanging clothes and I heard like a whole bunch of water. And I looked over and one of them was taking his nose and took the big round bucket that we had and just tipped it over. He didn't have it quite done, and all of a sudden he tips the whole entire thing over and then goes and stands on the top of it. Then the other one turned it back over the other way, and I'm like, we need something these guys cannot tip over.
Yeah. Pigs are rough on everything. So, but the reason that we're doing that, and this is probably significant, this is a decision that we've made. It may not apply for everybody, but a lot of the conventional wisdom is that you need so many pounds of feed to get them up to the weight they need to be, and to watch your dollars, you feed them a certain amount, and that's true, and that's great, and that makes a lot of sense. our experience was with the broiler chickens that we raised, that if we fed them a little bit twice a day, that they were ravenous when we brought out the food. But when we took a large feeder and just filled it to where it was free feeding all the time, they would stop eating when they weren't hungry, and they knew that it was there, and they would eat what they needed instead of gorging themselves. I mean, sometimes they would get just so full, and they would bent over walking around, and I think they were making themselves sick. I mean, there were some of them that
they did make themselves
we had to actually
take it out of there,
force it out because they were getting sick with it. Yeah, so we feel it'll maximize their growth possibilities, and once they get used to the idea that it's always going to be there, they're not going to overeat, and they won't just be crazy when we go out there. I mean, they're just totally over the top on. It's scary to walk in there with food. It's like they're all over me.
He's like, Brenda, distract him. So I'll go to the other side and throw him something so he can get in the gate.
I mean, they're crazy. And as they get bigger, it's going to get harder, a lot harder. I mean, right now I can push them around, but when they get up to weigh as much as I do, that's not going to happen.
So Marianne does free feed choice.
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense.
It's just, we have 3 pigs and we're not in it for industrial, Our goal is to let them grow.
Well, I would think there's less stress, so they're going to tend to grow better as a result of the less stress.
Bernice finally caught us live.
Good deal, good deal. Anyway, that's the logic that we're applying. Others may have found something different, but we're going to try it. And if it works for us, it's what we're going to do. I know it may cost us a bit more, but it's not like it's going to cost us a lot more to do it. And I think we'll end up with larger pigs in a shorter amount of time.
Okay, I'm going to read this next one. This Lois says, we have a small water attached to the fence fed by the garden hose. They can't tip it over, and they use their snout to get water out to make their mud bath.
We have a
What do you
nipple,
have it with?
and they're not learning how to use it, but we keep water in there, so they're not forced to learn.
So what's your trough made out of? Because ours is the big black rubbery thing.
But it's like a trough. They hit it with their snout in the water, and we'd be interested
that's
to
not
see
what
the
they're
details.
saying. They hit it to get the water out to make their mud bath.
So send us a picture or a link to wherever it is. We'd like to see that.
We do have the hose spraying a mist down all day long in the afternoons for them, and they just go and play in that.
It keeps the trough that we have for them full unless they tip it over and
I saw you, Marianne.
So.
Marianne waved.
Okay.
Speaking of, the other day, my niece was...
Oh, by the way, give us a thumbs up on here. That helps. YouTube likes that. When they see the thumbs up, that helps. So
whatever.
Click the thumbs up. If you don't like it, okay, but don't click the thumbs down.
Okay.
Please.
So my niece is little child. So my niece was trying to say hi to us the other day on the live and couldn't understand why I wouldn't say hi to her. So, hi, Amy. If you're on today.
We know you're there.
Hi, Annabelle. So, and we turn the fan off when we do this, so I
makes
start
so much
sweating.
Noise. It kind of overdrives there.
Let's see, what else? Oh, I had something else I was going to tell them. Oh, I wanted to tell you that a few days ago, we had taken everything out of a little barn, and you saw the destroying that Austin and Jim did. And then it just sat there. And so we
worked on other
we
things.
had all of the cabinets taken outside, and Austin and Jim tore those all apart last night, and I took nails out of them.
We harvested the wood that was harvestable. Yep. Some of it was not. Some of it was just plywood and torn up wood. And some of it had a fair amount of termite action, and it's gone. But we did harvest a little.
Yeah, and so then this morning, he and I went out in the cool of the morning and finished. You can see the concrete, it's all clean, it's completely, there's like nothing in there except the little chicken feed.
Next step, we're going to take the hose out there. What we did find is in the floor, there's a place where there's a drain, and I stuck my hand down to pull that. There was a lot of insulation in there, But down at some point, it's dark and I can't see what it is. I felt something that felt like maybe a snake or something. So that's why we put the bucket over it.
Okay,
And I didn't want to put my hand down there, even with a glove on it.
good
anymore. I'm not
choice.
sure what it is. But the water's not draining out, so we're going to have to figure out why that is.
Okay, so Lois said it's like a metal bowl cut in half and holds about 6
Okay.
cups of water.
Okay, I think I know what she's talking
Will
about.
refill when it gets low. Okay.
So it has a valve on it. And so when
Oh,
it gets down a ways, it refills.
Well, we
but
should
it's
do that.
fastened right to
we
the
should do
fence.
that instead of the pig thing.
Well, you know, I
Nipple.
wondered about the nipples, and
They don't like
I've heard of people they destroy them. So pigs probably destroy about anything.
Okay, then
but I like the trough. better
Brenda
than
said
that
I
example.
saw a water like that on Pinterest. It used a blue water barrel on a sturdy wooden stand.
Okay, you can make
You
them.
could do it,
Yeah,
but it sounds like Lois's is a
it's a smaller one.
store-bought container that
Right, and it's probably up a
only
little
holds
higher.
6 cups.
It's up higher, so it's not going to get the dirt and stuff
Right.
from the ground.
Now they like to get in their water thing and get cool.
Oh, that's
So
another
this is
one
it.
we need to.
And Marianne says, "What's hanging to dry on the cupboard door behind you?"
Oh,
Oh.
Mary Ann, you are so observant. Amazing. We didn't set this up on purpose to get the question, but I love the question.
Basil and cilantro, and the cilantro is there because yesterday you were drying and doing spices, and I didn't get to finish the whole video. And I'm like, well, I'm at least going to go pull mine out and start drying them because you had containers with all your dried spices in it. And I'm like, I am not letting these things go to waste. So we need to talk. Yes, it is basil. I have 4 huge, I'm literally huge basil plants.
See, it's time to start.
And so
Yeah.
I don't have to dehydrate them, right? I could just hang them like this.
That dehydrates them, by the way.
I know, but I don't have to pull
But it's
out.
less power.
Dehydrate.
Just let Mother Nature do it. Yep.
Okay, so see, Bernice knew it was basil. Good girl, Marianne says. So, all right. Okay, next subject.
So what's on your list? I know you had a list of stuff.
I didn't actually.
Oh, okay. Needless to say that we've been pretty busy with the 12 weeks to Heartiness stuff.
And Jim has finished putting in all of my breakfast cookbook. He's finished putting it in today. And
I
so
hadn't realized all that she had. We ate most of it
We
already,
did.
so it's pretty good. But this is a good cookbook.
So
A lot
he
of great
literally
recipes.
ate breakfast for a week, morning, noon, and night, and snacks.
And snacks. So, yeah, it's a lot of breakfast.
So I can make them and take pictures of them for the cookbook. And so now we just have the editing to do, and then it's done. Owl's Dry Feeder. It's awesome.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's what I patterned it after, but I'm making mine on 2 sides instead of the one
Yes.
side that opens. Mine's going to open
It's
on 2
going to open on
sides.
both sides, so it can have that.
So it'll be
Because we have
4
3 pigs.
entrances. So
And we have 1 pig that's a bully.
sorry.
And he'll nose them out and bite them.
So there'll be plenty of options for all 3 pigs.
And we do have 2 girls and 1 boy. I mean, 2 boys and 1 girl.
Yep.
Just like Marianne and several other people said. So, make pesto for the freezer. Send me the recipe, Brenda, because I've never made pesto.
Really?
Have you?
No, I guess not. Something we need to learn.
I never used to like it, and it's a taste that I'm acquiring. And it's made out of basil. That's all I know about it. I know, guys, I'm weird. You guys teach me stuff. I teach you stuff. That's what we
It
do.
all works.
That's why we're a
It all
community.
works. Absolutely.
So
what's our next big project?
we are building a greenhouse, lean-to greenhouse on the side of Little Barn. So
Yeah,
that
what
we
would
can
the-
do, I gotta get a drink.
Okay, she's got to get a drink of water. On one of the sides of the barn, from the inside, there was a lot of destruction from what it looks like to be termites, from what we can see. And the outside, they had cows and horses, and so they've kind of torn it up. So even if it wasn't for that destruction, we want to put, it's on the south side, so we wanted to put a lean-to greenhouse there. But we need to replace the beam that the rafter set on, and the the studs that hold it up. So we got to do the whole thing
which is fine.
anyway.
Yeah.
So we're gonna go ahead and add the
So
lean-to.
we're gonna have a door that goes down to the middle of Little Barn into the greenhouse, so where we'll have all of our starts and stuff like that.
So we're in the design process for that, but it's gonna give us a great place to do our starts.
We've got to make the pig feeder, 2 chicken tractors, and that's the order that we're gonna do it in.
Yeah.
So Mary Ann says, I have several videos on making pesto and you can use more than basil in pesto. Brenda says, you're killing me. No, pesto is like summer sunshine in the winter. Well, I'm excited to learn.
We want some summer sunshine this winter. Okay.
And Lois says, put some in a paper bag to keep the light off the herbs. Okay. Just take it from the garden and put it in a paper bag.
So keeping the light off lets them retain their goodness longer? Is that, I'm assuming that's what it is, or is there another purpose? Good to know. Okay, non-plastic paper bags, there we go.
So give me your answers.
Well, for those of you who had noticed what we thought were raspberries and let us know that, hey, those look like thornless blackberries, and you were right. We have harvested a lot off of there, and one of the canes didn't go ripe as early as the others, which maybe it's a different variety. It's getting ready to do it now, so the others are down to a lot of just the little ones, but this one's getting ready to do some large ones. So it's kind of extending our season out, which is great. So we're going to have to take those 2 canes and see if that proves true from year to year, that one starts later than the others, which is good. So it gives us a few more weeks of blackberries, but they've been wonderful. What a way to have breakfast. Go out, pick some blackberries,
He brings them in
clean
every
them up,
morning
add them to breakfast.
with my homemade yogurt that I just did. Was really good. Chef PJ says the poach eggs rule, the great video that we made with the salad breakfast.
Yes.
So thank you. And Grateful Sunites, I am waiting. Sunites. I am waiting. There used to be one in Idaho.
Oh, okay.
And they changed their name because they're coming to where it's sunny.
Oh, there's more sun.
I can't wait. I'm going to find her a house around me.
There you go.
They caught you on. Our house went under contract.
Who's that?
Yes. Their house sold in Idaho.
Oh,
Because I was just asking her.
Way to go.
All right.
Okay.
So it says, Missouri, here we come.
Good,
Yay!
good.
I'm so excited.
Well, we
for
hope you come. Now, are you going?
They're looking around.
They're just looking
They're
around.
looking.
Okay, they don't know yet.
No, they're looking around here.
Stop by and see us. We'd love to visit.
Our house is like a construction zone.
Yeah, it's a
We tell that to anybody who comes over. The kitchen is the nice part. Our bedroom's nice. But the living room is ripped up.
And it's getting worse. And it's going to get better, though. That's where we're headed.
Okay, so let's see.
What was that about? Why do you Americans? I didn't see that.
It just says American. What is it? I missed something.
Is it something about why do you Americans take
Where are you reading it from?
this
Oh,
one?
why do you Americans hate? Oh, okay. We're not going to read that one.
Okay.
That's very political, and
Okay.
and I don't.
I don't
so-
think it has anything to do with us.
No, it doesn't.
I mean, not all
Okay.
Americans are the same.
Okay, so Marianne says freezing chopped basil in ice cubes will give you better flavor, and you can add the cubes to any dish. Wow. Okay. So let me just. Is that okay?
You're doing a little bit of.
I just remembered.
Okay, what's that
Okay.
one with the show hide? Wow, this is something new.
Okay, so let me
What do you
see.
mean you need to get a moderator? To help
Yeah,
us?
we
We're
do
gonna
need a
start doing
moderator.
that. Okay.
Okay, so Chef JP says, is your yogurt full fat yogurt? Absolutely.
Oh, yeah. Why do
And
it
it
any
says,
other way?
I'm on keto diet, looking to find a recipe for full fat yogurt to make in my Instapot. I am not a fan of keto diet, but Yes, it is full fat.
Yes.
So that's all we do is full fat. We don't do low fat anything.
We have a lot in common with the keto diet, but we really believe you do need some carbs. I mean, your body burns stuff, so I don't want my body to eat my body to get me going.
So when you're cooking, add basil in the cubes. Okay, that's really awesome. And so yes, Grateful Sunites and Marianne both have channels. So subscribe to their channels if you have not.
Marianne's fantastic. She has a lot.
She'll warm your heart.
Yep. She has
And
a lot of
Lois says the bags keep the
decades
color of the herbs and the nutrients.
Okay, color, nutrients, great. Those are two important things.
Wonderful.
It's got to look good, and you want it to have the nutrients.
Okay.
So I like that.
Okay. Cool. Can you?
Oh, for them?
Oh yes, I'll put in their links. Absolutely.
Well, they can.
Well,
they can
you
just
can
type them
go-
in. They can just type them in for you. That's
Oh,
probably the easiest
yeah.
thing. They know them better than
Well,
anybody
also,
else.
if you go here,
You can just click on their icon.
if you
right?
go on the little to the where they're at on
three
the
dots to the
there's
right.
3 dots, and you can just go to there, and it says go to channel right up there, and you can go there and subscribe right while you're on here to them.
It's one of the tricks.
That's the way we
That's a YouTube
started
trick.
when we were very young
Yeah.
and only had less than 100 people. So, yeah. And Marianne's valiant. She does her stuff. She teaches so much. And I love all of Tom's comments. Brenda has a couple of minutes. I am a couple of minutes behind, and you have already deleted the bad stuff. But once I am, wait a minute, let me go back down.
It goes off the screen.
Yeah.
Who's that?
Once she'll be glad to help moderate.
Yeah, we need to. I know there's something we have to do to set that up, but that would be great. And what we probably need to do is communicate with you beforehand, so you know exactly when we're doing it.
We do it at
Yes.
this time every Wednesday. So,
Yeah.
and we've never had any
I
comments.
was
like
hoping that we wouldn't have those kinds of issues, and that's not the purpose of what we're doing here. So,
Anyway, yeah, we love everyone. We do.
we do.
So, all righty. Well, unless anybody has anything, if it's just totally wonderfully outstanding, then we're going to go ahead and say goodbye. We keep ours to 30 minutes, and we know we started a little tiny bit late, but it's a little bit after the other. So we will do that. It says you've got to, let's see. Brenda says, you got a troll. Congrats. It's your passage, rite of passage onto YouTube.
Yeah, I
Oh,
believe that.
good.
Everybody we know that's been doing this for a while, they have their share, and that's
Yeah.
it's the way it is.
Yeah. So, good tricks. I didn't know. Okay. So thank you so much. Thank you for all the watering tricks for the tips for the pigs. And I will put the link down there for the grain, or where we can get the good grain. I'll put that down there. And we will, this is the video for Thursday, so there won't be another one that comes out until Friday. And we send ours out at midnight on Friday, and that's why Marianne watches it at 10 o'clock before she goes to bed at night. So thank you so much. Bye-bye, everyone.
All right, thanks for watching. Take care.